Alright, what is up YouTube? Mr. Porkchop back here with some really cool information in this video. Um, so yeah, before you start clicking around trying to find the answer to your problem, which probably brought you to this video, just take a moment, please subscribe. If this video helps you out in the end of it, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and give me some other suggestions on what you guys want to see. But yeah, so let me go over a few things just so that you know what's in this video, so you don't waste your time clicking around if you're not trying to solve any of the issues that are shown in this video. So in a nutshell, I'm going to go through basically what I had to do in order to set everything up to get it to where I am right here so that I could follow through on how to create a mobile app. So what started me out on this kind of journey of to get to where I am right now. I pretty much a couple days ago had some extra time on my hands, and I was like, all right, I want to create some type of mobile app. I've never done it before. How hard could it be? I just basically went on YouTube and tried to find how to build an app, and I found this video here, which I'll link in my description if you guys actually want to follow along and build an app afterwards. But this guy jumps into it pretty quick. Within the first like 10 minutes, he's already got his whole setup going. He starts coding, which is great, but I couldn't get to that point that quickly. So in this video, I'm going to go over the different software that I had to download. I'm going to go over the BIOS settings I had to change in order to get this actual little virtual phone to come up. And I'll go over how to reset your BIOS, because unfortunately for me, I was locked out of my BIOS, at least locked out of the administration portion of my BIOS, so I could only log in as a user. And unfortunately, once I figured out where my VSM options were in my BIOS, which was really difficult on its own, they were grayed out and I couldn't even use them. So I had to reset my BIOS, all my passwords, to get back in as an administrator, and then finally be able to change that setting. So I will go over that. I also go over basically some of the setup that you need in order to use IntelliJ as your IDE, and also how to use Android Studio, because I did download that and I actually started using that. So yeah, that's basically everything that's in this video. So if you're interested on how to set up either Android Studio or IntelliJ to the point where you can, follow any tutorial out there and create a mobile app, then this is the right place to be. Also, if you're interested in seeing BIOS settings for my computer and how I found my VSM options, how to find your CMOS battery on your PC, pull it out to reset your BIOS, that's what I end up doing later on. All of that is in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so getting this video started, I'm assuming at this point that you've already gone into this website here and that you've downloaded everything you needed, which you need to download the node.js, download Git, download Yarn, download the PowerShell, go ahead and download Expo as well. And then at the very end, if you guys are going to end up using Android Studio, download this here as well. Even if you're not going to use Android Studio, Android Studio, go to this, go into, click on this installing Android Emulator, and then click on download, and then it'll bring you to this page. Go all the way down to the bottom, where it says command line tools, and download the command line tool for Windows. If you do not download this command line tool, which is basically the SDK for Android, then you're going to end up getting this this error here. So you're going to get basically the working directory does not exist error if you do not have this, if you don't have this command line tool downloaded. So download that, make sure that you have that available to you. That will solve this error. The only other thing is, like, if you have that downloaded and for some reason it can't find it, you just got to make sure you know where it's downloaded and then move it to the correct folder so that this thing can find it. That'll solve that error. The other issue that you're going to have is this, no Android connection device found and no emulator could be started. That's pretty much, again, has to do a lot with this hypervisor error. These kind of go back and forth together, which I'll get to in a second. But I'm assuming at this point that you've gone to this website, you've downloaded all that stuff, and now you're just having issues with these three errors as far as getting everything set up. So, like I said, make sure that you have your SDK, and it's where you need it to be. That'll take care of this error. And then these other two errors have to do with your BIOS settings. So in a moment, I will show you a very, crappy video because I took it on my phone, but of me going to my BIOS settings and basically turning on the SVM options. That's what you need to get to actually get that to work. Outside of that, the other thing to do is pretty much, let me open up IntelliJ real quick here, because IntelliJ was what I was using. So I mean, if once you get to the point where like you got the project set up and you're just looking to set up that ABD, basically the virtual machine, you're gonna go into Tools, and then you're gonna go down to Android, and you're gonna go to ABD Manager. If for some reason the ABD Manager is grayed out, then go to your SDK Manager instead, and then inside the SDK Manager, you're gonna want to make sure that if these are all grayed out and this is empty, just hit Edit, and then find the SDK. And if it doesn't have it, it should show up here, and if not, it should give you an option to download it. So you want to just make sure that you have that, and then you can download, just click on these and click apply to download everything. Over here is where you're going to have that Android. You click on SDK Tools, and you're going to have Android Emulator Hypervisor Driver for AMD Processors. So you're going to want to click on that and then download that. And if you get the error when you try to download that to, if you get this error here, which is just it failed to install because your Android Emulator Hypervisor Driver follow the instructions, blah, blah, blah. If you get this error, then that means that you need to go into your BIOS settings and turn on the SVM options. And for me, I really had a hard time with this. I didn't even think the option was in my BIOS for a while because I just couldn't find it. If you're having a really hard time locating it, then I would suggest that you take the the version of your BIOS settings. So when you're in there, it should kind of tell you like what BIOS you have. Google that, and then Google how to turn on your SVM options, and there should be a video out there somewhere that'll show you exactly how to get to the options. And then if you get to the options in your BIOS setting and it's grayed out and you can't adjust it, you can't enable it, that's when you can watch the rest of this video, and I'll show you how to basically reset your BIOS by pulling out your CMOS battery and just leaving it out for a few minutes and then putting it back in. Yeah, those are the three main errors that you're probably gonna have. Like I said, to get to your ABD Manager tools, it's right here in IntelliJ, and then if you want to get to it inside of Android Studio, there are a couple different ways you can get to it in Android Studio. So if you download this and so if you download this and you're using Android Studio, you can get to your ABD Manager by this little icon over here. You can go right to it, or again, you can go into Tools, and then you can go to ABD Manager, either or. If there's nothing showing up here, then you're gonna have to create one, and to create one, it's pretty simple. You just click on this, follow all the prompts, and then you'll be able to create one. And once you click on it, if you have the correct BIOS settings set up, you should get your virtual phone. If you don't, if you get one of these, or if you get one of these, then it has to do with your BIOS settings and also your SDK. So just make sure that you have your SDK set up, BIOS settings correct. If you need to get into, if you're not sure about your SDK settings and you're not sure if you have it, you can go into File, you can go into Settings, and then your SDK settings are right here. Again, if it's all grayed out and this is empty, click on Edit and locate the SDK. If you can't locate it and it can't find it, then again, go back to this site here and make sure that you download the command line tool, which is basically the SDK. If you have this downloaded and you have your BIOS settings changed, which I'll show in a minute, and then after that, the rest of it should come pretty easy. Those are the most difficult things. Alright, so the issue I was having was, for one, a while ago when I ended up, a while ago I basically installed Linux on here. I dual booted with Linux and I created a password, but I created a user level password without creating an administrator password. And that effed me over big time, because then I couldn't get into here using administrator. So in order to fix that, I went over to my computer here. There's two screws right here. It takes this glass piece off, and it's kind of hard to see, but that battery right in there, that's basically my CMOS battery. I just pulled that battery out, waited about 5 minutes, and then put it back in, turn my computer on. That reset everything, so I have no more passwords now. And my BIOS, I am now administrator, which means I can go back over here. I can go into my advanced frequency settings, go down into advanced CPU core settings, and my VSM option is right there. It took me a long time to find it, but now I found it, and I can enable that. That's all I was looking to do. That should go ahead and fix the issue that I was having with setting up my actual Android virtual machine thing. So yeah, alright, figured it out. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. If this helped, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. If there's anything in this video that wasn't clear enough or wasn't explained enough, let me know in a comment. Also, I'll put in my description my Discord, which I just started, so it's not fancy or anything, but I'll put an invite link down in my description if you guys want to join my Discord, so you can ask questions a little easier than on YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope this is something that'll help others kind of get through this process a little faster than I did, and be able to start following those tutorials like I was trying to do.